Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm a liar, apparently. I didn't vlog while I was in Vancouver, obviously, because I haven't posted a video since my last, catch-up video, so we're gonna catch up again. I did get some new makeup. I didn't go, super crazy. I will say, though, I was so annoyed with myself because I goofed. I should have gotten a Rouge reward on the US website, but I got it on the Canadian website. So because I did it on the Canadian website, I couldn't use it in the US, so I ended up having to pay a lot of money when I went to Sephora. Anyway, let's just get right into it because I have somewhere to be. We're just having a little city day today. I do have my skin prepped with my skincare. Today I'm using a vitamin C toner, the Numbuzzin Vitamin Boosting Essential Toner on. I forgot that I had this and I want to use it up, so I've been using this. And then after that, I use the Bubble Cosmic Silk Hydrating Milky Toner. I was really struggling with milky toners for a hot minute there. I discovered I just haven't really been rubbing in my skincare very well. So all of the product has just really been sitting on my face. So this has been going a lot better for me during the daytime underneath makeup when I am wearing makeup. Oh, and I also use the Bioma Balancing Mist before I do all of this. Today, I also decided to revisit the Phytosurgence Verdant Force Fields. I know I said that I think this is what has been breaking me out. I don't know. I'm going to retry it. And if I find that I do end up with the breakout again today, then I'll know for sure that it was this. But I did decide to go back to this. It's a little bit of a lighter moisturizer than the Instant Angel, and it's been really hot here. So I figured with makeup sitting on top, I would best go for the lighter option. And then lastly, I'm trying to get back on my SPF wave, so I'm using the Youth to the People Youth screen. So we'll see how that will lay under my makeup today. While I was away, I picked up the Edam set. I'll just put a picture up. And then I also picked up a Le Chou Chou lip balm in Sakura Shaved Ice. This color's so pretty. Actually, let me put it on as a little bit of a lip prep because my lips are kind of dry. This is a really good My Lips But Better kind of pink, especially because my lips aren't super pink. It's mainly my lower lip that's pink. And I just find the shade is just so gorgeous. I really like it. So I got that. And then I also picked up in Sephora US, I got the Sarah Creal Just Like Paradise bronzer. And I got this in the shade 2.5. So I'm going to wear that today. And then this I didn't pick up while I was in the States, but I did take advantage of the fact that there was a Holt Renfrew where we were in Vancouver, and I got the Victoria Beckham. This is the satin Kajal liner, and I got this in the shade Cocoa. Oh, this eyeliner. This is exactly what I've been looking for in an eyeliner. I've worn it a couple times, you guys. This is good. I also, I'll put the pictures up of me wearing it. I tried her foundation and I fear it really is that good. I still can't believe it's $156. And you know what? They caught me at a time where if they had my shade actually in stock, I probably would have purchased it that day. So I feel really fortunate that they did not have it in stock that day because I would have done it. I think that's it for makeup that I purchased while I was away. And then Merit just released the Clean Volume tubing mascara. And normally I'm not a tubing mascara person, and also normally I don't get super excited over mascara launches. The only one that's been on my radar recently has been the KJH brand that's releasing in August. And then I also saw actually that Violette FR is releasing a mascara at some point in the future. And those have been the only mascaras that I've been kind of excited about. But there was something about the promo for this one that I was like, Oh, actually, I really want to try that. So I decided to just pick up the travel size after my dance class the other night. I don't know. And I've used it a couple of times this week. I really like it. So I'll put that on for you guys today. And then I got spoiled. I got spoiled by Phytosurgence. They sent me a couple blushes to try. Well, not a couple, a few. So I don't know which one I'm gonna put on today. I did swatch them the other night on my couch when they came in. They sent me, actually, I'll talk about it when we actually get to the blush portion. I need to put makeup on my face. I'm gonna go in with the Danessa Myricks Skin Tint as foundation. I was thinking about using the LYS, but I think the LYS will be a little bit, oh gosh, a little bit too deep for the Sarah Creal to show, because the Sarah Creal is like a really natural kind of bronzer. It's gorgeous, can I just say that? And I felt really lucky because I had been checking multiple Sephoras to make sure like everything that I wanted to pick up was going to be in stock at those locations. And the Sarah Creal wasn't showing that shade in stock at the Sephora that we were going to. And I was like, you know what? I'll at least swatch it and then maybe I'll pick this up at a different time. Like if during the next Sephora sale, I decide to place like a US order maybe, I'll do that. Or like, I really wanted to swatch it at the end of the day because I really am so bad at picking shades online. I really just need to see what it'll look like in person because I will think one shade will work for me and then I go to swatch it and it's like the lightest freaking thing on the planet and I'm like, okay, well, that's not how this looks online. And anyway, so I just really wanted to swatch it. And lo and behold, it was the last one there. And I was like, oh, I'm snatching it because that was one of the things I wanted to buy. I also had Cyclar on my wish list. And I don't know. Maybe if it's like something actually on your skin, that's where it tends to like smell better maybe. I just found that none of the scents really were like amazing. I was kind of like, okay, I can smell better things through like salt air, you know? So I didn't pick up any Cyclar, which was kind of disappointing because I was really excited about that, but it was probably for the best. So this is the Sarah Creal bronzer, and people, when I was looking this up, people online were saying that it's very similar to the Makeup by Mario, the one in the pan. So that's what it looks like on my hand. Very sheer, very natural, very just like, it's very beautiful. I will say from when I've swatched the Makeup by Mario in the pan, it almost has like a pearlescence to it. It's kind of like the serum. This one doesn't have that, but this is what it looks like. So this is shade 2.5. This is without it being fully blended. I think it is just a really gorgeous, natural looking bronzer. And I find that it just really melts beautifully into the skin. And I think it's because like Sarah Creal, the whole ethos of that brand is it's supposed to be for like 40 and over. So I guess that means like all of their products are really hydrating and whatever for mature skin. So that's probably why. But I will say I am very happy with this purchase. My only complaint though, I know she just recently did a shade expansion and I think that's where the shade 2.5 comes from. But like, I swatched shade 3. Shade 3 was kind of giving like contour. It was very cool. And then the shade after that was extremely red and that was it. So I feel like And in most cases, I wouldn't really give brands grace. And I guess I'm not really giving her much grace in saying this. I think she really just needs to do better with the shade expansion. Like, the shades definitely could use an overhaul, and it does definitely, like, rub me the wrong way that she's not taking these things into consideration. And, like, I guess she is, like, a small indie brand, but also when I think about self-funded brands, I think about companies like phytosurgence who offer the full shade ranges. So I'm always just kind of like, okay, if this Canadian company can offer like a comprehensive shade range, then like why can't you? And it's also like the same thing with the OP Cola, like Olivia, whatever the hell her name is. Did you guys see that? Maybe I'll put pictures. Like, girl, I guess I don't know what was going on in that brain of hers, and then everybody in the comments was like, oh, she's so funded, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, but again, if you don't have the money for it at the time, maybe you should wait like a year to launch. Like, I don't know. I'm not a business owner, but I just also think that like it leaves a bad taste in people's mouths if you're not considering like a wider customer range. I've got hairs all over my face. Let's get into these. So they sent over, which thanks again, Jason, if you're watching this. They sent over exothermic. Oh my god, the evidence of me already opening these and swatching them. I have blush all over the lids. So this is exothermic, and maybe I'll give these a little swatch for you guys just while we're here. I'm planning on making like a whole encyclopedia series for short form, showcasing like different blushes and stuff like that on TikTok and Instagram. So I'll do more in-depth swatch videos, but this is exothermic. The reason why I'm doing that is because I just find anytime I look up a product for like a review just to see what it looks like, nobody with my skin tone is showing it. I'm like, well, I guess I need to do that work and just have some kind of offering for people with my skin tone. So that's going to be a project that I work on, and I think I might start it this weekend because I have the day off on Monday. So, okay. The next shade is Molten, which is this really gorgeous orange color. Like, this is Stunnerella. I'm very intrigued by this color. Oh my god. Like, it's just, and can you see that? So pretty. I think this would also look really gorgeous on top of the House Labs blush that I have. I think it's like Glossy Cinnamon is the one that I have. I think that would look really pretty. Then the next one that they sent is Fervor. I think this is the Blueberry Jam shade. Yeah, I think I might wear this one today, actually. This is such a cool color. I love this. It's like a purpley. Ooh, yeah, this is really pretty. That's Fervor. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I think I'm gonna wear that one today. And then lastly, we have Swelter. I think they just posted this one on their story. But this is like a really pretty pink. Love. Really good shades for the summer. Very happy with these. So we're gonna, I think for sure though, we're gonna do Fervor. To apply it, I'm gonna take my KJH brand #2 brush, And since this is a little bit more vibrant than what I'm used to, I'm definitely going to try to be a little bit more demure and really like taking the excess off on the back of my hand before going in. So pretty. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch to my Makeup by Mario F4. Sometimes I feel like the KGH brand brush, I like the way it disperses product, but sometimes I just feel like I really have to work at it because it's such a smaller like footprint. Does that make sense? Oh, that's really pretty. I really like that. I guess Vancouver trip. What can I tell you guys? It was really nice. For starters, it was really nice to see my friend. She moved out there like a few years ago, and I really only get to see her if we're both in Toronto at the same time. So it was just really nice to kind of get some one-on-one time with her and just kind of like, you know, catch up. I met some of her friends, and her friends are very lovely people. Just really good vibes all around. I really enjoyed their company. We went to this amazing sushi restaurant. Oh my god, it was so good. Except for the like shrimp that I tried. Ooh, that was really not for me. Really good eats, good company. We went to this beach called Wreck Beach, and yeah, that is not built for a fat girl like me, let me tell you. I had multiple mental breakdowns because this beach, the only way to get to and from the beach is 400 steps of stairs. Obviously it was hot, and I was not prepared in the slightest, just like athletically. And then also, yeah, actually, just athletically. I was not prepared because, like, obviously not. It took me an hour and 10 to 15 minutes maybe to get up those stairs because I kept having to take breaks like after every like 20 to 30 steps. And like my breaks had to be like 5 to 10 minutes because I was really struggling. And I even got like a pretty big head start on my friend. I told her, I was like, yeah, I really need a head start because I just need to do this by myself. And I'm glad I did that because it was rough. So, gorgeous beach though. Gorgeous. Very nice. The tide was out, unfortunately. But all around, it was fine. And also we did this the day that I was leaving because I was leaving at night. So like by the end of all of that, I was so zonked, you guys. I don't know. If I were to ever go back to that beach, I would definitely have to like train marathon style just to be able to do that again because it was actually crazy. And like there were so many people passing me on the steps that I guess it was like their first time going with their friends, and every single conversation people were like, wow, like these are a lot of stairs. And their friends would be like, yeah, like, you know, obviously going down, it's not bad, but it's the going up. But the going up isn't that terrible either. And I was just like listening to this conversation. Like, y'all are really selling your friends a dream because every single person, oh, it's not that bad. Like, it's rough, but it's not that bad. It was bad. And there was somebody that passed me going down as I was going up and I was taking my break. And he's like, yeah, it's rough, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, and this is my first time. And he's like, oof, well, you're almost there. I was like, thanks. Um, yeah, so there was that. We did some shopping. We did our cross-border shopping in Seattle. We hit up Ulta. I picked up some stuff there, picked up some skincare at Target, restocked on my prequel. I got the Starface pimple patches from Ulta, and I went to go use them the other day. Tell me why my box was empty. You guys, I posted a story on Instagram. Starface reached out. They are sending me a replacement, but I was just like, what the hell? I imagine somebody definitely stole them at the Ulta. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I was just really disappointed that I had an empty box. So, I just put my concealer on. I'm not going to tell you guys what concealer I'm wearing. You can figure that out yourself. I've decided that I'm no longer going to be supporting that brand. He just moves so weird. And I am not about that. And I kind of forgot about his previous scandal that involved, you know, another black woman. So I will not be discussing him. Sorry. You can figure out what the concealer is. I will be purchasing different concealers moving forward. And then KJH brand brow gel. While I let the concealer sit, I'm going to blend it out now. Oh, and I guess the other thing I did while I was in Vancouver, because my hair's been tugged this whole time, I have to wash it, but your girl got the 24-inch bust down. Yeah. So that was another thing. I just really wanted a change, and my friend normally gets a sew in, so I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. So yeah, that's what I did. So that's the summer look, and I think I might bleach my eyebrows again, guys. I just think there would be something so cool about the bleach brows with the long, dark hair. I think I might do it. I think this blush is so cute. Definitely not something that I'm used to. I really like it though. I'm going to set my under eyes. I'm going to do the Amicole first, like always. Other than that, you guys, I haven't really been up to much. I started the dance class again. She's doing drop-ins right now, but y'all, this heat, I cannot deal. It's starting to cool down now, thankfully, but it was just like we had a really bad heat wave this week, and the heat in combination with being on the second floor of the dance studio, and then the exercise. Oh my god. It was rough. It was rough, I tell you. I did not have a good night that night. But I'm happy to be back at dance. I really love going to these dance classes. I discovered them a couple years ago, and they've just been like really fun. I think I want to put some bronzer in here. So I'm just gonna go back to the KJH brand brush and just kind of pop that. Okay. I'm going to set my face with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Spray. I think what I want to try today is I want to try patting it in. I think when I let it just like dry down on my skin, it settles weird, I think is what I'm finding. So I think I just need to like pat it in, and I definitely did not pat that in strategically, but whatever. Just making sure my blush is blended well. Okay, just gonna go in with a little bit of this brow pencil. It's from NYX. It's the precision one in espresso, just to lightly fill in. I like to underline my brows when I do this. Because I find it gives the definition that I'm looking for without it looking too filled in. So I just kind of like feather it on the underneath, and then I'll like quickly feather it into the brows to kind of fill them where it's needed. And I'm going to take my powder puff and we're going to go in with the Pat McGrath under eye powder. I don't think I'm going to put any eyeliner on because I really want to showcase the Merit mascara. So this is the Clean Volume mascara and I got it in the shade black. It also comes in brown. This is really nice. I do want to do a comparison video with this one, the Clio mascara, Charlotte Tilbury, and then when I get the KJH brand mascara, I'll probably do a video comparing all of them just because I want to see, like, it's not as volumizing as the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's really pretty. But I'm also wondering if it looks similar to the Clio, and I've kind of been dogging on the Clio because I haven't really been liking it, but I almost feel like the way the Merit looks is the same way the Clio one looks. But also, I think if they did kind of look the same, I would almost argue that I would prefer to use the Merit just because of how easy it is to remove. I've never used a tubing mascara before just because my eyes water, so I was always scared that like it would run really badly. It doesn't, and it also doesn't flake. It's just the warm water. It takes it right off. It is lovely. I was very impressed by that. So, I don't know, maybe I'm a tubing mascara convert, but like also just for the Merit mascara. I don't know, we'll see. I also didn't think that you could layer tubing mascaras. Like, I didn't think that was the possibility with this type of product, but I saw that Merit say that you could layer to build it, and then they also said that it was like tear proof, and just the way it looked on the lashes, I was like, whoa, okay, let me try this. And the fact that they had the travel size available instantly was also a huge bonus because I knew I wanted to purchase the KJH brand one. But anyway, you can see, like, I think it looks great. Like, that is really lovely. And I feel like because I got the mini and the wand is so small, I feel like I do have a little bit of a harder time just like having the control that I would want to build. But if I had the bigger wand, it would probably be better. But anyway, I just really enjoy this mascara. And like technically I just gave this lash 3 coats, so the other one's gonna need 3 coats. Yeah, like 3 coats is getting me there. That's crazy. This is the first time I've done 3 coats. I will be posting a short form video talking about this mascara because I did a wear test, and in the video I did mention, I was like, I don't know, maybe if I did 3 coats it would give me the amount of volume that I want, and I think that's the case. I think also just too, when you first use a mascara, it's kind of, and I don't know if this is backed by science, but I just feel like it doesn't have the full amount of product on the wand. So like as you're using it, you're getting more product on the wand and it's actually like building the way that you want it to build. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I've been wanting out of this mascara. Like I now have just been like taken there. Wow. And I have been using it on my lower lashes as well. And again, like there's no smudging, there's no nothing. So this has been a really lovely experience. Oh, and I just poked myself in the eye. That's great. It does have one of those like it's a hard, bristly wand. I don't know if you can tell. But, and I normally don't like those, but, this one isn't like overly spiky, so you don't feel it, like it doesn't hurt. And that was my issue with the wand on one of the MAC mascaras that I tried. I just found that the wand was so spiky and like bristly, like the bristles were so hard that I just really didn't like it. I also didn't like the formula, but it just didn't make the experience of putting it on enjoyable. So I normally try to avoid wands that are like the hard plastic ones. And that came off really easily on my under eye. That's probably because of the formula itself. Like I feel like that just kind of peeled away. So that's pretty cool. I am still going to take like a little Q-tip to clean up my lid though. Do I want to use this today? No, I think actually I've been neglecting the Phytosurgence Dew of Dawn. I think I want to give that a spin today. And I think we're just going to use the KJH brand brush and I'm just going to wipe off all of this product. Okay, and now for the lip. I think I'm going to stick with the Edam lip balm, but I definitely need some definition. What do I want to use? I think I'll use the KJH brand Sculpture Stilo in, is this the one I want? No. Where's my, bruh. I don't know where my other shade is of the KJH brand, so I guess I'm not going to wear that because I don't want to look for it. I think I will just use, I think we'll just go with Endless Cacao. And I'm not going to wipe off the lip liner. I'm just going to, you know what I mean, the lip balm. Make sure I remember to bring that. And then I'll put a little bit more of the Edam on top. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to go in with the One Size Powder Melt. I just feel a little bit powdery for my taste, so did you guys see that like bronzer setting spray that they released? I don't understand that one, and I don't understand the glitter one. I guess if you're looking at it for like use of wearing on the body, but for the face, I don't know. Okay, you guys, thanks for getting ready with me. This is the final mup, which I feel cat hairs. I love my children, but the amount of hairs that they managed to disperse into my life is crazy. Anyway, it was really nice catching up. I didn't yap, I hope, that much. Well, I did, because this video is 50 minutes long. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Let me know. I don't know what you should let me know, to be honest. Okay, actually, let me know about the mascara review. If I should do it long form or if I should do it short form. Maybe I'll try to do both. I don't know. Mascara review. Thoughts and ideas for the beauty encyclopedia, the Jonesy Edit encyclopedia, if you will. Let me know what you guys want to see from me, I guess. Because I'm really, like, I'm actually gonna try to get back into the swing of things, guys. I'm actually gonna try. Because I do actually miss, like, sitting down and filming. But also, like, I actually don't have any excuses. What do I normally say? Thumbs up this video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye!